Well, I got another box of, I don't want to call them challenge locks, but certainly challenging locks from Hans Christian in Austria. This looks like a Ruko style number 2, but in fact, I guess they were bought out by ZI Ikon, and there's the new logo. The core is also, you can see, a ZI Ikon. It also says it, well, it says it on the key as well. It's a 6-pinner, and HC says he picked this out special. I don't know. I'm hoping whatever that is passive, but 6-pinner, and it works beautifully, just perfect. The nice thing about this one, when you look in there, you can see there's a little hex. So we're going to be able to get our little Torx. We're going to be able to take this apart, hopefully, if I can get it picked. These are not easy locks to pick. Take a look at that keyway. Very paracentric. So I'm probably going to try one of these from Rare Elements. See if that'll fit. These are 12 thousandths. And I've got an even thinner one. That one is not going to work from there. I have an even thinner one that I may have to fall back on this guy, but I'm not going to be able to put a lot of pressure on him because very, very thin material. All right, stop flapping your lips, Bill. See if we can lock this dude down. It is locked. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to need a top of the keyway. Let's see, it's really narrow. So let me try that blue one. Let me try the white one. Maybe I can control that cord because surely this thing has security pins. Nope, he doesn't fit. So we're stuck with the blue one. And it is, as you saw, kind of floppy. Well, I must have had him in there. That's not where we want it. I may have to go even thinner. Let's try the yellow one. Yeah, and that's even floppier than I had anticipated. But you use what you got. All right, let's try this. Take this guy and go all the way to the back and see if I can squeeze up around that warding. And there's one right there, pin 1. Nice click, I'll take that. I'll take that too. Nice fault set. When you have a fault set, you're probably hung up on a spool. Let's see if we can put a lot of pressure on. I'm trying to force some kind of counter rotation that'll tell me that he's the one waiting to be picked. But oh, there he is right there. See how it bounces back? When I push up on the pick, it is trying to force the thick part of that spool through the shear line. Let's get right on him, release a little pressure. Didn't do it. There we go. All right, so we beat that spool. Let's keep looking. There's got to be more than one because we still have a fault set. All right, I'm going to have, I can't, he's not squeezing all the way up there. So I'm going to go with a thinner pick. Let me grab this guy because I believe I can force him up around that warding a little bit better. The feedback won't be quite as good though. And maybe not. Let me check one. Nope, that's not him. Let me go all the way to the back, find a clear spot, and pull the pick forward until I hit that last pin. And the reason I'm doing it that way, I think that's him. The reason I did it that way is this warding is so tight. It was really having trouble figuring out if I'm on the pin. Yeah, that's for sure. Counter rotation now that I've worked them up in there. Let's see if we can pop that spool. Okay, again, I think we did it. Nope. Still counter rotation. Come on. Darn warding. Okay, I guess we got him because now pin 2 is the one. And I tell you what, I'm going to grab the other pick. He's a little thicker and gives me a little better leverage, and I think I can get him. We'll try it. There's that counter rotation. Pin 2. Got it. There we go. Open. All right. Yeah, not an easy lock to pick, mostly because of the security pins, but I think that's probably outscored by that nasty keyway. Let's see if we can get this guy open. So we need a Torx. Let me grab a couple here. Try this one first. I'm going to be wrong. Oh my goodness, look at that. Very tight. All right, get all this stuff out of here. Get us a pinning tray in here, and let's see what we got. I do have a key. Let's keep him in frame. I am not. Oh, I see how we got to do this. All right, so let me go ahead and lock it back. Got to deal with a learning curve here, guys. See if we can pop that out with a sharp, pointy object, like this one. I'll take it. All right, now I believe we can put that key in there. Rotate it. Not quite that much because I don't want those pins popping down inside of that slot. So I'm going to rotate them about like 45-degree angle, something like that. And get a follower and keep your fingers crossed. See if we can make this happen. I'm making sure that's the right size. He's a little bit sloppy, but I think it's going to work. All right, so there was room for a 7th pin. You got to wonder why he wasn't populated. All standards, nothing unusual. You got some honest wear on this thing. I thought it was almost brand new, but I guess not. There's clearly some wear on this guy. I don't see anything else weird. I was kind of expecting some weirdness on this side somewhere. That's why I was kind of careful pulling it out. And the reason for that is that little slot that I mentioned when I looked at the key. I was hoping it was passive, and in fact it was. There was nothing populated inside of there. We're going to get a look at the inside of this Bible to see if maybe there's a slot in there where there could be a potential side pin or something. All right, tweezers. Stop flapping your lips. Just get on with it. Shut up. All right, we got a standard. Standard. Spool. Standard. And that last one popped out as well. And he is a spool. Next to last one. Did I get out of sync here? Yeah, I did. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. What do we have here? Did I screw something up? We got two. There's two. Oh, there he is right there. There's where I screwed up. Right there. Put him right there. Thought I came up with an extra pin. I was wondering how that could possibly happen. Because if that was a driver pin, he would have popped down in the keyway. Springs. They're all the same. They all came up to the same height. And I'm looking in here, and I don't see anywhere for that side pin to go inside of this core. It would be on the left side, and there's nothing there. So I don't know what's going on there. Nothing for him to engage in. This might be a core that's used in multiple versions of the lock, different models, and this one just doesn't have that side pin. Anyway, guys, there you go. It was not that difficult other than the keyway. So a lot of work for 3 stinking spools, eh? Anyway, guys, appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal. Hans Christian, thank you, sir, for the lock. I'll put it back together and get it back to you. Thanks, guys.